Hey guys, Ginger on Wheels here, and the battle of the Amazon scooters continues with the HiBoy Max. For starters, if you're not in the mood for a full scooter review right now, you can just quickly subscribe to the channel and heed my advice to not buy this scooter right off the bat. That's fine, my feelings aren't hurt. If, however, you're interested in why I don't suggest buying this scooter, keep watching, because I think I've discovered some tidbits that you won't find anywhere else. So you're in the market for an electric scooter. You don't want the cheapest garbage option, but you can't go blowing an entire paycheck on a brand new toy. I've been there. Enter HiBoy Max. Priced on Amazon at $420, the HiBoy Max is not going to be your cheapest scooter out there, but that's for a good reason, right? The manufacturer's specs put this scooter's top speed and range above the rest of the entry-level options. On paper, the stated range is 17 miles with a top speed of 18 miles per hour. That's as fast as the Ninebot Max at half the price. 350 watts in the front motor gives you a little more juice than the cheaper options too. These are big time perks for sure, but if you weigh over 120 pounds, don't expect to actually reach that top speed on flat ground. I was only able to get my 185 pound body up to 15 miles per hour. The scooter claimed I was going 17 miles per hour, but the GPS on my phone told another story. And that range? 17 miles my hairy ginger ass. I got closer to 9 miles from a full charge to dead. That's right, just a little over half the stated range, and I was on the slowest speed. I know manufacturers like to exaggerate real-world range, but that's a bit excessive. Maybe mine was defective? Okay, so the scooter doesn't go as fast as it said it was going to go, and the range isn't extremely long, but the scooter isn't a total wash. It does have a very sturdy folding mechanism, perhaps too sturdy though. It was genuinely hard for me to use, and I'm a full-grown adult male. It seemed like the manufacturing tolerances were just off a little tiny bit. It was really hard to lock into place. I originally bought this scooter for my girlfriend to use for her commute to the bus stop and back, but she couldn't even use the folding mechanism, so where does that leave us? The HiBoy Max has solid tires with holes in them and a feeble effort to make the ride more comfortable. However, these tires are really slippery when you ride them on the wet ground, which surprisingly you can do on this scooter too. Ride in the wet, that is. It's not waterproof, and I couldn't find any water resistant rating, but I did ride it around in the rain and through some puddles without any problems. It's also got a rear disc brake and a very powerful front electronic brake, though only the electronic brake is programmed to engage the brake light. Weird, right? The electronic brake is also programmed to be way too strong out of the box. It's quite startling, and the setting for that brake cannot be changed on the scooter or in the app. You can, however, use the app to monitor your speed, which is discrepant from the speed on the scooter's speedometer. You can use it to switch from kilometers per hour to miles per hour and turn the cruise control on and off. But really, that brings me to my biggest gripe about this scooter, and ultimately the reason why I do not think you should buy it. On every other vehicle I've ridden, if the cruise control is engaged, you can quickly disengage it by actuating any of the brakes, but not on the HiBoy Max. The giant brake lever that actuates the disc brake on this scooter does not disengage the cruise control. I kept hitting the brakes and wondering why I wasn't slowing down, and then a second later I'd realize I needed to use the electronic brake to slow down because the cruise control had automatically engaged while I was riding. If you're a parent watching this review video looking for reasons why you may or may not want to buy this scooter for your kid, that's the reason, right there. Don't buy it. No offense to your kid or anything, but they're probably not going to have the intellectual prowess to hit the electronic brake over the disc brake and prevent themselves from shooting into the crosswalk at full speed. Good thing the front brake's so powerful, because by the time I remembered to hit it, my situation had quickly become an emergency. I could very easily see that becoming potentially fatal at a crosswalk. My advice, if you somehow find yourself in possession of this scooter, is to disengage the cruise control feature, which again can only be done using the app. The scooter does have a built-in headlight though, so you'll give it some credit. You can turn that on and off on the scooter handlebars. It also has some very weak blue LED lights on the bottom of the scooter that stay on as long as the scooter's on. All in all, the HiBoy Max is a decent entry-level scooter, but for $50 less you can buy the Macwheel MX-1 or the Xiaomi M365, which in my opinion are better options than this scooter. In an effort to keep this review concise, that's all I'm going to say about the scooter. But I will say, thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing to the channel. It's growing a lot faster than I thought it would. I've had a couple people ask me now, what's the deal with the Dodge Ram van? And I should have made this more clear, but I bought the van so that I could put the Wolf Warrior inside of it and cruise down the west coast doing rides in the mountains and such. But right now I have to renovate the van so that it's comfortable to live in while I'm riding in it. If that sort of expedition sounds interesting to you, you can feel free to subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you along for the ride.